making yourself comfortable, finding the balance of both a gentle effort, but also a lot of ease. And we're settling into our body to begin with that process. It's making sure you have the right amount of support around you. Just something as simple as rolling out your wrists or making a gentle neck roll can allow you to find, are there any tension points that my body would like a little tending? And you're welcome at any point to set your gaze downward or close your eyes. Just bringing that external vision a bit more internal. Just turning your eyes towards yourself, your inner landscape, and spending a bit of slow time with yourself. I'm just curious what you notice. Sensations in your feet, movement of breath, just noticing the experience of breathing. And as we continue to slow down, just a reminder there's no place that we're trying to get to. There's no rush to try to make ourselves calm or get really comfortable. It's just this spaciousness. We have this time to settle. Whether you're seated and you're quite still and it's quiet in your space, or you're on your drive to work, just allowing yourself to be in your body. And so often we're in our mind and we forget the body, but we can anchor back in at any moment. Our breath is always happening, and we can contact the present through the breath. We can contact the present through the sensation you feel in your fingertips right now. Even just bringing awareness to your fingertips, you might suddenly become more observant of any sensation, or perhaps a neutrality, lack of sensation, and just awareness. But the more we bring our attention into our body, the more layers of awareness there are there to experience. Our body is endless experience. And the sensations that we feel in our body, the images that are brought through our vision, whether it's external with eyes open or internal with eyes closed, we're experiencing everything in our life through our body. So it makes sense to spend a little time just tending to your body, slowing down, listening, and feeling into the very subtle layers of sensation. What can you notice here in the space between breaths? Maybe it's a heartbeat. Maybe it's the weight of your hands. Maybe it's the experience of sunlight through closed eyelids. Just curious, what am I feeling right now through all of the sensory awareness of my body? We choose this focal point of the body. This again, because our body is right here in the present. You might have noticed that your mind has moved many times, even though your body is still. Even in the stillness, there's movement in the body. And when we slow down enough, we can really experience in that still space between breaths so many other happenings. But it requires, again, that gentle effort, a gentle concentration. And we can move our concentration purposefully. Just take a moment to notice your feet. Suddenly, this awareness of feet brings a new layer of sensation. And then go ahead and curl your toes and uncurl them a couple of times. And notice the multitude of sensations that is created. And then consciously choosing just to allow your feet to rest. Noticing how they're contacting the floor. And perhaps almost immediately our attention is drawn elsewhere. But the second you notice it, you can return your attention back to your feet again. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was just noticing my feet. And this continuous return to ourselves again and again. No matter how many times our mind moves, our body is right here waiting. It's being patient, heart still beating. Inviting yourself back to notice again and again, what am I experiencing in the present? Thank you, mind, for future thinking and planning ahead. But right now, we're just experiencing the present through sensation in my feet, through noticing my breath, through experiencing a sound outside of myself. It's layers and layers of sensation to return to again and again. What am I experiencing here? And then notice again, it's where your attention is. And then consciously, it's directing your attention again to your feet. And notice how we get to choose when we're really in the present. Sometimes when we're wrapped up in our mind, it's difficult to make the choice to unhook from a thought. Sometimes it feels almost impossible. But when we're really present, We have this ease of being able to shift our attention. It's just practice. It doesn't mean it's easy right in this moment, or maybe it is. It's not about making it easy, it's just practicing. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm just noticing the sensation in my feet. Oh, there's not a lot of sensation. Let me wiggle my toes and bring my attention back through that movement. Let me take a deeper breath to experience the freshness, the aliveness of a brand new breath. Let me watch this exhale so I can notice my shoulders soften, perhaps appreciating the relaxation that my body receives every time I exhale. And then just shift your attention to your hands. Notice how you have this ability to shift. Oh, there's my hands. Maybe you notice a temperature or the weight of them. You're welcome to spread your fingers a little bit wider. Notice that sensation, creating sensation on purpose in order to contact the present. And we're not trying to force our mind to be present or force ourselves to be still. We're just inviting with curiosity. What kind of sensations are happening in the present that I might be missing because my mind is moving? I'm just inviting my mind back right here, noticing my feet, noticing my breath, noticing my hands. Just breath by breath, moment by moment. Take a moment again just to notice, where is my attention? The little label is often helpful for us to understand our thought patterns. So, oh, I was future thinking. Oh, I was in the past for a moment. Sometimes we get caught up in the label, trying to understand the thought, but it's just that simple, like, oh, I was future thinking. Now I'm back to the present again. Just the awareness of the thought is really important. We don't have to shove it away, just the awareness. Just like you can become more aware of your feet by simply bringing your attention there. And suddenly you're present again. Oh, I'm aware I was future thinking. I'm aware that that thought brought me some anxiety. I'm aware that that thought brought a smile to my face. Suddenly we're back in the body. So we never need to combat our thoughts or make them silent. We're just inviting the sensations of our body to become more and more in our awareness. There's a yogi saying that where our attention goes, our energy flows. And when we're unaware that our attention gets stuck in a worry loop and we feel drained, we might not understand, why do I feel so drained? But our mind takes so much energy. And that's a wonderful thing. Our mind does so many beautiful things, but we can invite it to rest in the simplicity of the body. There's also a deep complexity in the body. Maybe just appreciating that we don't have to think about the oxygen exchange. Our lungs and our blood are just doing that for us. Just offering my attention back to my body so I can notice the sensation. There's that coming home. So every time you notice a breath, it's returning home to your body. And perhaps noticing how much your body is doing for you. That when our mind goes on a journey, on a trip, our body is doing so much work to maintain, to keep us healthy, to keep us supported. That little muscle in your spine that's helping you stay upright, equally as important as your ribs that move as they draw in breath. All of these things are happening, just inviting our attention back to notice the happening. Can I be still enough that I can notice that spacious length between breaths? I'm going to share a reading here and give us a bit of space after to just settle, let the words land. Just finding this balance of listening, but also staying in contact with your hands, with your feet, with your breath, and that groundedness of our body and being able to listen and take in information. It's a beautiful practice. So that no matter what we're taking in, we can stay grounded and present in our body. Just notice for a moment what parts of your body are touching the ground, being supported by gravity. Perhaps appreciating the movement of your breath and the fact that your body is breathing for you. And you can come back to that again and again, just noticing one breath. I'm just playing here with listening and experiencing all of these sensations in your body. This is an excerpt from David White, a favorite author and poet of mine. This is called Body. Body might be a word that represents something more miraculous than even the mind that can contemplate the body's miraculousness. Perhaps the central and unchanging difficulty for human beings in remaining healthy, physically and psychologically, is that the mind cannot fully contemplate, appreciate, or understand the body's thousands of interlocking, interdependent, connected systems, and the way those hidden systems connect with the world. The way the body's never ceasing beating, pumping, circulating, breathing in and out, busyness, all combined with its inner, restful, autonomic guidance, needs no act of will or effort or management on our mind's part to keep it going. The mind, unanchored in the body, is always trying to be something or somebody. The mind is always attempting to control the body, but the body exists in its own form of freedom, always under the gravitational influence of something far beyond the mind's understanding. The body in health makes the busy mind uncomfortable in its astonishing rested complexity. This body asking for no immediate solution or help in its need to create another heartbeat or the next breath. The only part of the mind that can truly understand the body is the part of the mind that is, through silence and rest, able to be welcomed back fully into the body's equally rested and gifted sense of presence. These last moments together, just noticing again this silence And even if there's noise around you, there's little silent spaces. This requires a gentle concentration to notice. And allowing, as your body is in this silence and rest, even if the mind is chaotic, your body is right here. It's welcoming you back. And again, David White's beautiful words, this gifted sense of presence. Just noticing that in your body. It's this gift of presence that our body is always offering to us. And as you receive that gift of presence, can you practice appreciation as if a loved one had given you a gift? And just receiving it with gratitude, with thanks, with appreciation. Thank you, body, for breathing for me. Take a moment to notice again your feet. Perhaps appreciating the part of your body that walks you into all of the places you'd like to travel, the part of your body that contacts the earth. These feet that stabilize you throughout the day. Just a moment of appreciation. And noticing your breath. The moment we can't breathe, we appreciate our breath so much. But taking a moment to appreciate it just in its inaneness, that it's just here all the time. Can I appreciate that? And then finally bringing your attention to your hands and bringing them into any of your closing habits or practices. It's noticing the weight of your hands, and perhaps naming some physical act that you can appreciate, some action your hands have taken that you can give thanks for. And we'll end with a few loving kindness phrases. You repeat them back if they make sense for you. May I remember the innate goodness of my breath. May I appreciate all that my body does for me. And when action is needed, may I choose to move with ease and peace. Take your time. Just whenever you feel complete, you can open your eyes, find a little movement, going slow. And as always, thank you each for being here. Thank you, Sangha, for supporting each other. And then just a note, I lost power for a second there, so apologies if my words dropped. The way that I saw it was that it stopped right when I was done reading David White's words, but if I dropped for you at all, my apologies on that. Bring your practice into the weekend. Take care of yourselves. See y'all soon. Feel free to unmute. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Happy Friday, Sangha. Thanks, Larissa.
Everyone. Happy Friday. We'll see y'all soon.